Take these chains from my wrists. This is my comment in the comments section of a YouTube video called Alanis in Conversation with Dr. Ramani Devasala.
Human beings, with rare exceptions, I'd say maybe people who are psychopathic, do have the capacity for empathy. We're a social species. We needed empathy to be able to survive. We needed to live in social groups. And so it was really always a necessity. So human beings are also a hierarchical species. We're a primate species. And so because of that, you have the alpha organizations. And so there's always the mean monkey at the top of the chain, and in this case, the mean
dictator
person. Exactly. So,
yes,
when you take all that together, is that empathy is something that has to be cultivated, highest calling of all parenting.
So you must realize that you need to take a step back and realize that when you're talking about narcissism like it's a joke, it's not a joke, because you're talking about the big boss. The mean monkey at the top of the chain, that's the big boss. Is he a human being? Or is she a human being? Maybe, it depends on your point of view, but it's a rare exception. He doesn't have the capacity for empathy. The way you define people who don't have the capacity for empathy, they are psychopaths, right? I guess because there's a big bug in your mind when you're asked to think about this. Would it be possible that a psychopath rules over a country? Maybe you think you understand, but you don't. This psychopath rules over the country, but there's no connection with laws or politics or power or anything like that. Because I'm not talking about a different context than the context of your video. I'm talking from the point of view of the victim of this psychopath. What you're saying is basically, this psychopath is the mean monkey at the top of the chain, and we need this person to protect us, and we need this person to allow us to survive, and to be social, live in social groups, etc. But you don't understand, but nevertheless, if you choose to ignore the authenticity of my message, you will stand corrected. Of course you don't say this psychopath is the mean monkey at the top of the chain, you say the exact opposite, in the sense that everybody could be a narcissist, except the mean person at the top of the chain, because if the mean person at the top of the chain is mean, it's justified, but if his son is mean, it's not justified. No, if his son is mean, he's just a difficult personality. Now before you send your comments/answers, know who you're talking to, because I'm that son. I know how you are when it comes to this topic, and I'm not pointing at any doctor in particular, I'm just pointing at your field in general. The sky is blue, the birds are singing, and you want to cure your patient. Now, imagine you have a new patient, it's the first session or I don't know what you call it, sorry for my poor English, it's a third language, I try not to make the most obvious errors. Then I imagine your first question is, who is this new patient? Well, today your new patient is either the psychopath or his son. Is it A or is it B? We both know it's not A, because psychopath or not, anyone who rules the country is just not the fool, with or without the capacity for empathy. His son has a capacity for empathy 1,000 times higher than him, but he's still a stupid kid, especially due to being surrounded by his parents and their friends during his whole childhood, because all the psychopath's friends look down on his son. So long story short, the answer is B. His son is your new patient. His son is the fool. I'm the fool. I'm the fool. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So now that you know who your new patient is, you want to cure him. What are you gonna do? Well, we are gonna try to take away the problem. So what's the problem? Well, your patient is very angry actually, and this anger is at the root of all his psychological problems, because this anger presents itself to his soul in violent ways, and this makes the traumas bigger every time. What is your patient then so angry about? Well, he's angry with his dad actually. But being angry with somebody is not precise, not specific. Indeed, if you want to cure me, you need to know what I'm specifically angry about. I'm specifically angry about this. Why do people always think that my dad is important? How is it even conceivable that in order to survive, live in social groups, and be able to do all those things we need to do, we need a psychopath at the top of the chain instead of a good person? And I'm just a fool, I'm just a stupid kid. I guarantee that the best cure for this patient's sickness is hearing him. That means understanding that his dad is the problem, even if his dad rules the country, which is, by the way, ruling the world of a lot of people. We don't live in the same country, but that doesn't matter. What matters is think with your heart, not with your mind. Take these chains from my wrists, because if you believe in the promises the psychopath that rules over the country made, you will never see heaven. By the way, my dad is not the real problem, but I am the victim. I replace my real target by a fake one when I write a text like this, because I can't stand thinking about the real target the whole time. Who is who and what is what? I don't know which side you're on, nor what's your angle. What are these thoughts and what is this point of view? Denying reality is the very founder of this world. It's not even about belonging somewhere. It's, no. This is the wall. You go to heaven, or you go to hell. If you go to heaven, you don't go to hell. If you go to hell, you don't go to heaven. You mention, by the way, the mean monkey is the person that cannot be held accountable for any bad things. He's the person that we need. We need him to protect us, and he's above all of us, because he's head of the family. That's the mean monkey, the very founder of this world, the denier of reality, the antichrist. Usually when we say this, they don't want to correct their errors. They don't correct their errors because they don't consider them errors. Because they don't think people really get who they're talking about when they mention, by the way, the mean monkey is the head of the family. Yes, they don't expect us to know who it is, and they act like they don't know either. They act like they don't know the mean monkey is the antichrist, the devil, but they do know. It's just a shame and an embarrassment that you use Elena's popularity to justify yourself. Now I have a knot in my stomach. This is not anywhere near pure, clear, or transparent. Clarity and transparency is a completely different idea. Narcissism is idolatry. It's a far greater sin than you could possibly imagine. The fact is, all you talk about is power. So far the link with idolatry is real. Because idolatry is basically power, period. The problem is, you don't get to the heart of the matter, not at all. It's very depressing to read comments of people that have misplaced positivity, because they're all in a mass psychosis. They react with emotions and positive thoughts to the black stain in their hearts. Idols are good people in the eyes of the devil. They love children. They are angels of the devil. They will whisper with a sweet voice and gently tie their strings around your neck.